Hi there, and welcome to hockeycards.se, the podcast. In this episode, we will dive into 2023-24 Black Diamond, which is set to release shortly. We will look at release dates, release day pricing, and dive into the box configuration and checklist. Next, it's time for our weekly update on Bedard-mania, where we will check out what the current pop count and sales prices are like for the PSA 10 base Young Guns cards. Finally, we will have a look at some hobby news. If you haven't already, please check out our website, hockeycards.se. It's filled with free tutorials, hobby news, and product news for hockey card collecting. You can join the hockeycards.se Facebook group as well for instant updates on what's happening in the hockeycards.se universe, as well as chatting all things hockey cards with us and the other members. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube account for box breaks and walkthroughs, as well as future episodes of this podcast. Alright, time to kick this episode off with new product releases. The checklist for 2023-24 Black Diamond has been published, meaning we are roughly 1.5 weeks away from release. Preliminary release date is April 17th. Release day pricing here in Sweden will be $388 or 3,995 Swedish crowns. Compared to the release day price of 2022-23 Black Diamond, that's a price increase of 29% or $87. So it's increased in price by 1/3 compared to last year's release. Naturally, this is due to the fact that there are Bedard rookie cards to chase in here. If we look at pre-sale prices in the US, Dave and Adams are selling it at $500 or $499.95, so $112 more expensive than in Sweden. Steel City Collectibles are also selling it at $500. Clouds and Shara in Canada are not listing any pre-sale prices, just simply listing it as sold out, just like they did with SB Game Use 2 weeks ago. So, we have another 2023-24 release, another massive price increase compared to last year's releases. This has been going on long enough now for us to call this a pattern, and it will likely continue throughout all the 2023-24 releases. It will be interesting to see what prices will be like for 24-25 releases next year, when there are no rookie cards of a generational talent like Connor Bedard to chase. Will prices drop at all, or is this the new normal we're living in? If they drop, will they drop back to 2022-23 levels? If these massive price increases are here to stay and prices stay the same next year, my fear is that the hobby will be pricing itself out of reach for many people in the current hobby community. And there will be many people who will either leave the hobby or stop buying boxes and stick to buying singles. It will primarily hurt the collectors in that case, as the price increase is likely attracting new groups of people to hockey cards. We've seen a lot of people who typically open baseball, NFL, or NBA normally, and who has never opened hockey in their life, who have started opening hockey boxes for the first time to try and hit a Bedard rookie. There's likely also an inflow of flippers or short-time investors who sees this as an opportunity to earn money in the short term. So we might be seeing an increase in new people in the hockey card hobby who either are looking to make a profit or who traditionally have collected other sports, typically more expensive sports. And we may see a decrease of people who has been in the hobby a long time if these box prices stays at this level long term, because things will just be too expensive. So is that a good or a bad thing for the hobby as a whole? That's a very difficult question to answer, as the inflow of new people and the inflow of new money into the hobby increases demand, the amount of boxes sold and opened, and therefore the amount of cards on the market. At the same time, it drives prices up due to the same basic supply and demand principle that saw the first Bedard PSA 10 Young Guns sell for an absolutely silly amount of money. And I'm not sure that prices will be sustainable at this level for boxes. In order for that to happen, all the new people and the new money in the hobby needs to stick around for 2024-25 when there are no Bedard rookie cards to hunt. So my prediction right now is that we will see cheaper box prices in 2024-25 than in 23-24, but I don't think we will get back to the 22-23 level ever again. It also depends on where in the ecosystem that the price increase is actually happening. So if Upper Deck are the ones who are increasing the prices, then if they keep their prices next year, then the prices are here to stay. However, Billy Celio, who is the product manager of Series 1 and Series 2, stated on the Hockey Card Gong Show podcast that their prices to distributors for Series 2 this year is the same price as their prices for Series 1 this year and for Series 2 and Series 1 last year. So, in that case, it's not Upper Deck who are increasing the prices, but it's the distributors and or the retailers, the shops who are selling it. And if the price increases are happening on the distributor sides, then the retailers and shops, they're just forced to follow along because they can't sell products at a loss. So it depends a bit on where in the ecosystem this price increase is happening. If 100% of it are with retailers, then they have it in their own hands to lower prices for 24, 25 boxes. But my prediction then is that we will see boxes that are not as expensive as this year in next year's releases, but we will never see the prices we saw in 22, 23 or 21, 22 again. So I think that pricier boxes are here to stay. All right, let's get back to 2023-24 Black Diamond and look at what you can get in a box. In one of these boxes, you will get 6 cards. 6 cards, that's it. And there are over 3,000 individual cards in this product to chase, so collecting them all will be reasonably difficult. There's a lot of autograph content on the checklist, but keep in mind that the autographs in this premium priced product are sticker autos, if that matters to you. And you're not guaranteed an auto in a box anyway. There's a lot of tech cards in this product, and there are some seriously cool card designs, some really beautiful cards. They look fantastic on some of them. One of the unique things with this box is that you can get tech cards that have actual diamonds in them. The diamonds will be industrially produced, of course, but diamonds nonetheless. This is something only found in the Black Diamond product. And Black Diamond is also one of 3 products that carries cards from Exquisite Collection, so look out for those. The Exquisite Collection cards are one of my favorite sets of cards across all the products, so I really, really like them. They typically have a very classic design and are printed on very thick cardstock. So, of the 6 cards you get in a box, 3 will be inserts, tech cards, or non-auto memorabilia cards. 1 will be a numbered Exquisite Collection card. 1 will be a base card or a base parallel. And 1 will be either an autograph or a diamond relic card. The product features a 100-card base set of veterans, legends, and rookies with all base cards numbered to 349. There are 6 parallels available to the base cards, including 2 different 101s, which is very confusing to me. Why would you have 2 different 101 parallels of the same card? To me, that doesn't make sense at all. That's basically 2 101s or 1 102s, or it's just weird. There are only 30 base rookies in the checklist, and notably there is no Leo Carlsson and no Logan Cooley base rookie cards in this set. These players do have other cards in the product though. There are more than 20 different autograph sets in the product and 8 different memorabilia sets. Some of these sets have parallels as well. Some of the unique features of this product is the dark and techy card design, the bold tech cards, the numbered base cards, the diamond debut relic cards of the rookies, which are memorabilia cards, and the diamond relic cards, which have the actual diamonds in them. And then there are some manufactured patches and a lot of different sticker auto sets. Many of these card designs, as I said, look fantastic, but without the hard-signed autograph content and without a guaranteed rookie patch auto card or even a guaranteed auto in the box, it's hard to view this product as anything other than a mid-end product that is being dressed in a high-end appearance and given a high-end price tag. And by that definition, it is an overpriced product, and it was overpriced already last year compared to what you get. So if you're looking for actual high-end products in this price range, I'd check out Premier instead, or Ultimate. Premier is basically the same price, or was last year and the year before, but has so far guaranteed you a rookie patch auto, and it has hard-signed autograph content. With that being said though, some of the card designs here are fantastic and unique to this product, and there are some amazing cards to get in Black Diamond. Personally, I will be looking at singles. Well, Welcome to our Bedard-mania segment, where we track the pop count and sales prices of Connor Bedards PSA 10 base Young Guns cards. We did our first Bedard-mania tracker in episode 2, which was 2 weeks ago. Then we had a PSA 10 base Young Guns pop count of 337 at a 51% gem rate. Today, 14 days later, the pop count is 1,046. 1,046 PSA 10 Connor Bedard base Young Guns cards. So an increase of more than 700 cards in 14 days. My prediction was that we would see more than 10,000 before Christmas, but at this rate we may well pass the 10,000 mark a lot sooner than that. The gem rate has dropped slightly to 45%, which is down 1% compared to a week ago and 6% compared to 2 weeks ago. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with the terminology, the gem rate shows how many of the total graded Bedard Young Guns cards that have graded a 10. So, 1,046. Let's see how long it takes Bedard to overtake Kirill Kaprizov, who sits at the number 1 position of highest PSA 10 pop count for a base Young Guns card at just over 5,000 cards. So time to check in on the prices as well. A reminder that the first ever public sale of a Bedard PSA 10 was sold at $7,286. A week ago, eBay comps told us that there were sales as low as $1,386. And the lowest sales now, then we're looking at April the 8th, was at $1,226, which is a drop of about 12% compared to a week ago. And with the pop count rising, it makes sense that the value of each individual card drops as well. Again, the basic supply and demand principle at work. The more items available, the less rarity and therefore value each individual item has. What's interesting here, though, is that the pop count is more than tripling, yet the value only drops by 12%. So demand seems to be very strong still, since it's able to absorb such an increase in availability. And we can do a quick experiment to see what it looks like mathematically as well. If we multiply the amount of cards with the value of each card, we get the total value of the Bedard base Young Guns PSA 10 phenomena. So, at the first public sale, there was 1 card available, multiplied with the sales price of $7,286. So the total market value of the PSA 10 Bedard Young Guns was $7,286. 2 weeks ago, we had 337 cards, and we multiply that with $1,386 sales value, and we get a total market value of these cards of $467,000. That's the amount of money it would take to buy all the Bedard PSA 10 cards available. If that pop count had satisfied the total market demand, a tripling of the pop count should reduce the value of each card to 1/3 of its value. Clearly, that's not the case, as the value has only dropped 12%, and the current total value of the Bedard PSA 10s is 1,046 cards times $1,226, which equals $1,282,000. So, if you have $1,282,000 lying around, you can buy the entire market population of these PSA 10 cards. But you better hurry up, because it seems to be increasing quickly, so there will be more out today and tomorrow and the day after that. We will keep tracking the pop count, the gem rate, and the sales prices in future episodes of the podcast in this Bedard-mania segment. We're rounding off this episode with a look at some hobby news. In our last episode, we told you of the news that Austin Matthews had scored 60 goals for the second season in his career, joining an exclusive group of players who have managed that feat. Last night, Matthews scored his 65th goal of the season, making him only the second player of the salary cap era to score 65 goals. The other player being Alexander Ovechkin, who managed to do it in the 2007-08 season. If Matthews manages one more goal, he will be the only player to have scored 66 goals or more in the regular season during the salary cap era. Hockey insider Elliot Friedman reports that there is not only interest but a lot of substance to rumors that at least 2 different groups of investors are trying to bring an NHL team to Atlanta for a 3rd time. The 2 previous attempts ended in relocation, the first one to Calgary, and the second one to Winnipeg. According to Friedman, the groups are looking for another expansion draft similar to the ones that brought Las Vegas and Seattle into the league. At the same time, Utah Jazz's owner continues his efforts in trying to bring an NHL team to Utah. All of these expansion draft efforts are happening while the situation for the Arizona Coyotes remains somewhat unclear, and there are reports circulating that the owner of the Coyotes has been shopping around to see if there's any interest from potential buyers in acquiring the team. That's all we had for you in episode 4. Hope to see you again soon in episode 5. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe and help us grow the channel. Thank you.